So I've shot a few videos today, but believe it or not, there was an actual reason that I wore this Venom shirt. And it's because I found out some news about Venom 2 that I guess I didn't know about. Maybe I read this somewhere and I forgot about it. And maybe everybody on the internet already knows about it and I'm stupid about it. But apparently Carnage is going to have some new powers in Venom 2. And when I read this interview with Andy Serkis, it kind of makes me a little more excited for Venom 2 and restores my faith a little bit in the fact that Andy Serkis will keep it somewhat comic accurate. Now, I'm going to explain all this in the video, but as always, if you're new here, consider liking the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. I post all kinds of nerdy content all the time as well, so consider subscribing if you're interested. And with all that being said, let's get into the discussion.
The Atomic Faith.
Okay, now I'm looking at IGN, but this has been reported on lots of news websites at this point. I've read this article and a few different takes on a few different websites, but it came from an interview with Andy Serkis where he's talking about Carnage and his take on Carnage and some of Carnage's new powers. Now, here we can see a pretty good up-close look at Carnage's face, and it enhances and shows a little bit of the issues I have with Carnage because I think he looks just a tad bit too much like Venom, and I think he kind of also looks a little bit like Riot. Maybe his teeth should have been black, his tongue shouldn't have been as prevalent. But I've been kind of reading this online a little bit too, so I'm not really the only one who thinks this, and it's really apparent when you look at the Carnage Funko Pop from Venom 2. But this article goes on to talk about Carnage's new powers. It says how Venom 2 changes Carnage. It says in terms of his look, Harrelson's Carnage is very close to the source material. However, his powers seem to work a little differently in this universe. And speaking with IGN, director Andy Serkis suggests the movie is downplaying the idea of Carnage necessarily being stronger than Venom. In this dynamic, Venom is the physical powerhouse while Carnage is a more agile, unpredictable fighter. You know, I don't really know how I feel about that. Carnage should be stronger than Venom and more agile. Those things, so him being stronger and being more agile and thinking more on his feet and using the symbiote more to his advantage, having more of that connection between his mind and the symbiote, being more symbiotic and kind of being more united as one with the symbiote, which is why Carnage never really said us. That kind of made him a lot stronger and able to do things with the symbiote that Venom really wasn't able to do. Anyways, the article goes on to say Venom is pretty straightforward in a way. He's like a quarterback. He's very grounded, very physically sort of heavy, and like a quarterback where brute force is very much his thing. But whereas Carnage is in the same way that Cletus is manipulative psychologically and physically. He can take your energy and completely shift it for you. So we wanted the whole movement style to be very, very idiosyncratic and off-kilter and strange, and you just can't pin him down. It would be like trying to have a fight with an octopus, basically. So it seems like Carnage is going to be shifting a lot, changing his form. I know that, and really what it also is said, Serkis also revealed that Carnage will have at least one completely new power in the movie. He'll be able to transform into mist, presumably allowing him to travel through tight spaces and evade detection like a vampire. That, coupled with the traditional shape-shifting tendril powers, should make Carnage a very deadly foe indeed. He can turn into mist, he can turn to all manner of tendrils, he can take different forms, he can weaponize, he can do all these different things. With all symbiotes, they reflect the person who is their host. So the darkness of Carnage, the playfulness, the wit, the strangeness, because Cletus has a real intelligence in the way that he uses violence as a bizarre, twisted, crazy wit about what he does, and he has a real sense of humor. And we wanted to reflect that in the symbiote that is linked to him. That sounds pretty accurate to the comics, and that makes me a little more excited for the movie. But you know what? I gotta be honest with you, because I kind of glared over this article before I reported on it, and I missed this part. I missed the part where it says that he is not going to be stronger than Venom. I mean, me personally, that doesn't sound ideal to me. I think Carnage needs to be stronger, combined with being more agile, combined with being more intelligent, combined with being more symbiotic with his symbiote, because he's more in sync with Carnage than Eddie Brock is. I don't know. You guys comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about this development for Venom Let There Be Carnage. And as always, if you're new here, consider subscribing. I post all kinds of nerdy content all the time. And if not, at least like the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. And with all that being said, until the next video, be safe and stay well, guys. Bye-bye.
I failed my mission and now I'm working with the enemy. And I can't even get that right. I have apparently hurt Amethyst.